Hello, everybody. I am Connie Skaggs from Latson, South Carolina, which is right outside of Charleston. And I am a Creative Memories advisor. And I wanted to do my YouTube video today showing another simple technique and just a way to get pages done fairly quick. And so, but I thought I would show you also the new berry harvest. I just got it in, and so I'm not using it today, but I will show you a few things that I want to show you with that. If you do not have an advisor, I would love to be your advisor. You could go on my website, which is Connie Skaggs. You just look that up, or my zip code's 29456. I just went blank because I was reaching to get something else. You can contact me through the website. And of course, my website is creativememories.com/ user /Connie Skaggs. That's all lowercase. That's Skaggs. So, but I want to change my camera because I want to talk to you a little bit about the bundles that they have still available right now. A couple things too that are still available right now is the secret box, and it's a secret, so we can't tell you what's in it. And but I just got mine in, and so we're supposed to open them, I think, a week from now at the virtual crop next weekend, not this coming weekend, but the following weekend. And so that'll be fun because they always give you some advice, like 4 sketches that you get to do, and you can make them in whatever you want to make them in. And so, and then you get to put them in for prizes. And so sometimes there's people that's been on my team, we've won prizes. And so it's done randomly by drawing. They do request that at least, most of your items are Creative Memories. But it's not an exclusive on that. And so, but anyway, that is, it's called Creative Memories Virtual Crop Group. And so anyone can join that one. And so sometimes you just get good ideas there too. Another thing that we have is this bundle, which is the Berry Harvest. And right now it's still available. And so I'm going to change my camera so I can show you everything that comes in it. And they offer it at a 10% discount. Plus, there's a project playbook in it. And that is still available right now, and which gives you several ideas. So let me change my camera. And so here is basically the items that come in this bundle. So you've got beautiful embellishments, a lot of fun embellishments, a lot of fun mats. They're 12 mats, but there's several of them that are, where you can cut them in half and make them for journal boxes or whatever. A lot of good sayings on them. I know we went to dinner yesterday with our grandkids, and we've tried to do that before they start back to college or to school. And of course, now they're all in college. And so, well, one is out of college, but she works 2 jobs too. So trying to get them all three together is something else. But I saw one here, this one here. Together is the best place to be. And this one will work well. And I'm going to use some of this paper in here that will work well with our pictures, even though we went to a wings place. It doesn't matter that it's got berries on it. So, very versatile. Sometimes you just, everything tells a story. The joy, I got this one on purpose because my husband loves, he loves pie, he loves cherry pie, especially if I make homemade pie. True joy is a slice of pie. So we'll definitely have to use that one. Happiness is homemade. These are all big enough too that I can cut this out and make this, and then I'll still have enough of a edge to put a picture on. So, and perfect here, jars, and I could score my lines across here and still use that as a journal box. So lots of good things, and then that's, you just have to decide which side you're going to use. Let's make some memories. What a lovely day. Nice little journal box there. That one's a good one for pictures. More of the jars. And, you know, we have a restaurant here. It's called the Mason Jar. And it's kind of a neat little place to be. Some good country, homemade cooking. So lots of fun there with those mats and here with these embellishments. Um, this is like the playbook. And so inside the playbook, it'll show you how to cut some of the papers, how you can put them together, like it's just basic, or else it can be more advanced. So these are sketches and ideals that you can do, and just fun ways to use up this this pack of paper. But the playbook is just that. You can take this playbook and make it with any of our papers, so it doesn't matter. And so that gets thrown in free. That's a $5 value. Some nice stickers with this one bunch. And so I don't mean to go over all of these real quick, but anyway, just very colorful. Lots of, and then the same thing with the papers. Good colors and contrast on these. Plus, this one has a cardstock sampler with 8 packs, an 8 pack of cardstock. So you get 3 cranberry, 2 beige, 1 red, and 2 red, and 1 island waters, because those are the colors that matches up with these papers and with the things that are in the playbook. Now, I hope to do I used to do page starters. And so that's where you use some of your embellishments, your mats, and you kind of decorate them up and make what you call page starter. Now, these are two punches that are in this bundle. And so this one's the canning jars, which is a border punch, but you can just punch those out if you wanted to. And then this one is mason jar. And so I made a mason jar so you could see the size of this. Let me just put it on something so you can see the size. So there's the size of one that's by itself. These other pieces, I punched them out in red, and then this was in a beige that I punched. And so then you just apply them to the top of each other. So that's just an example there. This one, the canning jars, that's really kind of neat. Now, these little pieces that fall out, you can save them and put them on a different color if you want to. However, if I used, oh, that's not the good one to show you with. And I didn't pull one out, but let's see if I could find one that's really. This one here's got like strawberries all over it, but it's kind of an orangish. Now, if I put that straight on top of that, then these kind of through, and so it kind of shows up. Another thing you can do is like get your silver pen and just mark the tops of the jars like they were lids, or gold pen, because a lot of times your rings are brass that are on your jars, but silver would work really well, and that's a quick way to do that without having to cut again, and just do it with your ink with our pens. So just showing you that, the contrast there with that. So let's get on to our demo. But this whole bundle is $90. And that's with everything that's here, cardstock, everything. And so it's regularly 100, and then it's got the 10% off, so it makes it at 90, and then you're basically getting this free. So that's like another $5 value in. So let's set these aside because someone has asked me 2 or 3 times about my 1, 2, 3 method. And I used Noreen's that she showed a couple years ago, but I do a lot with busy paper and cutting the designs. It does not matter what you cut, as long as you cut 2 of each size and they add up to 12 inches. Because then what we're going to do is cut from this pattern paper, and we're going to put it on these 2 sheets. This is going to be my base, my background. You can build right straight on your page if you want. Now, because this is a little bit of a design, because I want my tomatoes going the right way, my lemons going the right way. And so I know that's going to be my wide piece uh, that I'll need. So I'm going to turn the page so that I can get my other strips this way. And so, but also, I think I'm going to do with a decorative blade because on this dark, that'll show up a little better. And I think I don't want to do the pinking. Let's do the decal blade. That decal blade is very forgiving. Pinking is probably my next favorite. So, or the colonial, I like that too. But this was in our housing. So I just flip this lid up, take this one out, and this one goes in with our design toward the blade. And so now, in order to cut this off, um, I want to just barely trim a little bit. So I go up to this second line on here because that's going to cut enough of that off. And I know it's going to be really close. You try to always cut it hard one way because I should not have come back. I usually come back without it being me putting any pressure down. So I'm going to cut it at about, I want to do, because a lot of times I do a 1 inch, 1 inch, 2 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch, 3 inch. So, or 4 inch and 4 inch. I forget how it is. Let me see, 2, 4, 5, 6, 6. Yeah. So I would, if I was going to do that, I'd do a 1 inch, a 1 inch, but I think I want to do a 1.5. So, and I'm just going a little bit short of the 1.5. Well, no, I'm going to do this one right on the 1.5. And I press hard so I can get that going the right way. Because these will be reversed, actually. I'm going to do more at 1.5. And I've just chose to go this way. You can cut it either way that you want to do your 1.5. I just like to do it going this side because more of my paper's here and I'm holding it down. So that's the only reason. I need one more of that 1.5. All right, so now this one, because I want the edging on this one off too. So I'm gonna have to turn it around and I'm gonna do just barely that little bit to come off. And then this one will be in half. And I need to see exactly how much I have. So it's right at the 6 inches. So I can do it at 3. I'm just shy this line. So, but my little humps are right at the 3. So there we go with that. All right. So basically, you've got all these pieces, and that's all you're wanting to do is you're spreading them out over two pieces. And so I wanted these to kind of be here in the center. And I actually got this kind of design from my upline. And I don't particularly want that again. So let's switch it out. We're just making a little space here. So, I'll probably do it about at the 1/4 inch there. This one. And then because I can't turn this one this way because of the way, and it's really not bad, but I can see the difference in the leaves and the grapes and the lemons and tomatoes all going the other way. So we're going to just do them this way. And I think I might do that underneath. Do that one on top, kind of like that one, or you like it that way? I think I like it. I don't know which way I like it. I do like it underneath, maybe. Maybe because that's the busy paper, and this is more of the tonal look. But I still would just have a barely little piece showing on each side, like in the 1/4 inch frame there. Now, I thought for some frames, and I don't know, I wanted to show y'all something here because what did I punch out earlier? Some lobsters, because we've got, I guess those are really lobster pieces there. And, but I thought they would look good on this page, a couple places. And I already had some lighter blue mats cut, and I also had some darker red ones cut in 4x4s. Now I did pull, this was a mat that I have, and I'm thinking, a couple of these little crabs will go perfect on there, and kind of, be interesting. Uh, I'm not sure exactly how I'll do all of that. I was looking at my stickers here that had this dining al fresco. She might, be outside on the beach or something like that, having dinner outside. Um, I'm not sure how I want to finish out this page and which way I'll do my mats. And I'll do that, and you'll get a picture of it so you can see. I know sometimes this red, it's still dark here, but that's got that lighter pink in it. So I maybe should get some pink. I just don't care for pink and red together, but just how it's got a little bit in here and stuff. So um, we could do the relaxing summer. We could use one of the green vines, which is like the little green vine here. And that could be on our one of our things, or do a little cluster over here. So I'm not sure exactly how I might do that. This relax into summer, which is this collection, that would be another way I could use that. So anyway, just letting you see. And of course, the lobster punch is still available, and that's one of the specialty ones that they come out with the scenes. Um, little things. So let's see about that. Might have to look and see if I have a different mat I want to even use or something. So main thing though that you want to see is that you've got these papers in a certain spot. And you can arrange them any way you want to. All I done was just spread them out a little bit to what, you know, and I made sure. Now, if I had wanted to, I could have cut another, like I can't do it now, but I could have cut a 1/2 inch and a 1/2 inch, and then the other two could have been an inch each. And that won't work on this one, but it would down here. Let me see. It's just, and I've still got this blade in. So let's take, take a 1/2 inch off. Hmm. Maybe like that. Take the 1/2 inch off of this one. That's all. So we'll work. To check where everything was directed. That'll be a little skinnier piece over here, but look what I'm going to do down here. Let's add this at the bottom. It'll be something like that. So that just gives another little addition. And then that way it opens up this to be and where you could do a, horizontal one there. I mean, you can do an oval, you can skew it a little bit. That's kind of like that. And see, same thing over here. Once I trim that piece off, then I've got room to do vertical and horizontal, here. And so that works kind of well. I could go down into this there. Actually, this could be turned another way. I kind of like that red up there by itself a little bit. So this gives you an idea of what I was talking about, of the way to use these. Now, say another page, I wanted to do it at the top, or I wanted to make my 3-inch be my wide borders down. However you do them, just even them up to be sure they match up to 12 inches. That's your whole key there. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and change my screen back, and I will finish this page so that you all can see that. Oh, another thing too is this anti-stick powder. It is great for, say, taking, one of the stickers that I want to change it into an embellishment, because this, you know, Relax in the Summer didn't have embellishments per se. It had some laser borders, and they were pretty big and bulky and some things like that. And they would go if I had planned it that way, but I didn't plan it for here. But let's say that I wanted to use this ice cream cone, but I wanted to pop it up on foam squares, or the little sardines, because they've got sardines here, and this little blue can might be good. Well, then I would use the anti-stick powder, and I just kind of use it on top of my little, you know, anti-stick, my parchment paper place that I have. Matter of fact, let's just go ahead and do that. And so if I turn that over where it was sticky, and this, you take it apart whenever you first get it, you unscrew that and take out the little thing, and it's just got powder in it. But it's an anti-stick powder, and it's safe for us to use. And so I just do that a little bit on there. And now this is not sticky, so I can put a foam square on it and have it pop up a little bit, which would be perfect, on that page. But I wanted to show you that. And what I was getting ready to say earlier was I've done, and I want to do these again, would be my page starters, I call them. And so it's where I take a mat and some stickers and embellishments, and we've been doing that and put a little cluster or something like that. But I do the whole thing, and it makes it really fancy. Other people have done these too, so it's not just me. And but I just let me see if I can find one that I've done. Sometimes you come up with stuff that you had left over. And this was some leftover stuff that I had from vitamin C. Now that's been a couple years ago. And I done a little jewel here. I labeled this. I ended up putting this sticker. I cut a circle. These are to a mat and some paper, I think. So, and that's some embellishments. This one was another summer one. And this says vacation up here. And I put photo op here was a sticker. And that's before we had our anti-stick powder, so I stuck it on and a little bit here. But this beach bag is up on foam squares, so it's got dimension to it. Same thing here. This was some leftover. It says summertime bliss. And here I've got some drinks and everything. And this was a piece of a sticker that was left, and some fruit and cups. And these are up on, foam squares. And so it gives it dimension. So just showing you that you can use what you have left over and make some of these. And then these become what I call a page starter. Not a worry in the world. And you might be able to, you might have a small picture you want to put in here. You make this your journal box, but you tell about this, and you don't need hardly anything else on the page other than whatever paper or cardstock that you're going to use. So, kind of, this one, summer is a state of mind, enjoy, beach read. And so you don't need anything else on that page when you start with that. That kind of even looks good with this stuff. So, but anyway, just letting you know, these were some things that I used and made leftovers, and I keep them in a little box, and I have them titled, and then I can use them. And I've wanted to do a class on that. I've done a class before, but I haven't done it lately. And so maybe I'll just gather some things up, and maybe next week that's what I'll work on and stuff. So we can try some of those out and stuff. So let me change my camera back. Sorry about that. Anyway, I hope that you liked the video today. And like I said, it's not my idea of the 1, 2, 3, although there's a lot of people that say that you just cut, and it doesn't matter the size as long as they're equal if you're going to spread it across 2 pages. And if it adds up to 12, you use one busy paper. And I know some of my videos that I've showed and I've shared is talking about busy paper. And so sometimes I've done them in a 2 4-inch ones. And then I had a little bit left over, and I used the back of it maybe for a couple mats or something like that. So there's a lot of different ways that I've used those in some of my older videos. So just look on there and see if you can tell what you would like to try. And so anyway, I appreciate you very much today watching my video. Please hit like, subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you do not have an advisor, I'll be glad to service you in any way. And I just hope that you would be able to learn something and join us whenever we're on, and just reach out to me. I appreciate it very much. So again, this is Connie Skaggs from Latson, South Carolina. And so we hope you have a wonderful day. And don't forget, oh, on the bundle, it goes off at noon Central Time on Friday. So whatever time zone you're in, that as far as the 10% being off, that is, and as long as I know, and right now that's still good. So, and the secret box is a while supplies last, and so, and it's on a 10% value too. So it's $66.50, and so then it's $60. And so just letting you know, those 2 items are down there. And so one thing is, if you got your secret box and you got your bundle, those two add exactly $150, and then your shipping is $8.95. So just one shipping that way. Again, this is Connie Skaggs from Latson, South Carolina. We'll see you later. Bye.